here. My PowerPoint is going to be on criminology, and basically I'm going to be talking about the different perspectives and issues that criminology faces today. This slide just basically talks about what criminology is, and criminology is a study of a crime from a social perspective. So we're going to be talking about causes of crime, social impact of the crime, and the criminals involved in the crime as well. Criminologists study these elements to attempt to having a better understanding of what provokes a criminal to do what they do and what motivates them to keep going as well, and maintaining that criminal record. There are 4 different perspectives to answer the question of what is crime. There's logistics, political issues, sociological issues, and psychological issues as well. Perspective is important because it determines our interpretation and assumptions, and it also affects the questions we ask. Contemporary criminology theories are psychological theory, biosocial theory, social process theory, integrated theory, social structural theory, social conflict theory, and also the basic choice theory. There's great controversy between criminal justice and criminology. This PowerPoint was actually mostly done by a professor from a university, which I have referenced in my reference page. There's great controversy between the two because not a lot of people know how to differentiate criminal justice from criminology. Criminal justice is basically associated with the law enforcement, which just means that they deal with the prosecution, the detection. So they're basically finding out what happened in detail and arranging a punishment for what the person has done. Criminology, on the other hand, is the anatomy of a crime. It is associated with behavior patterns, backgrounds, and trends. And it just deals with the cost of a crime, consequences, and really where that crime came from, the root of the problem. Crime and deviance are also 2 very important aspects in criminology. Deviance is a behavior departing from social norms, and crime is conducted violating law and subject to punishment. Not all crime acts are deviant, and not all deviant acts are criminal. Each changes over time and place, and obviously depends on what the person has done. Sociology of law. Criminologists concerned with the impact of the law on human behavior. Criminal law is a social control device, and this guides people into what they are and basically what appropriate behaviors are in society, creating norms. Causes and controls for criminal behavior. Law serves the interests of political powerfully enforced people. So basically politics are above all as usual. Crime is socially related to social events and are interpreted differently according to culture, experiences, and personal interests as well. So culture, experience, ethnicity, all this can contribute to crime rates. Children who are neglected, just a fun fact, children who are neglected or abused are more likely to commit crimes later in life than others. The neglect and abuse of children often progress through several generations, and the cycle of abuse, crime, and sociopath keeps repeating itself over and over again. The cycle of violence concept, based on the quality of early life relationships, has its positive counterpart. Supportive and loving parents who respond to the basic needs of their child itself, self-confidence, and interest in social environments. These children are generally well-adjusted in relating to others and are far less likely to commit any crime, even if they have that being passed down in the family. Heredity and brain activity are also very important factors in this topic. We all know that there's certain things that are in our genetics, and we just, there's nothing we can do about it, and that's what some people say and argue, that the criminal justice system isn't exactly targeting those offenders, those law offenders. Research on brain activity investigates substances that brain releases to trigger body activity and hormones in influencing criminal behavior. Thoughts, behaviors, and emotions are mediated by the transmissions of electric impulses between neurons and cells of the nervous system. Gaps that exist between neurons are called synapses, and communications between neurons require the passage of electrical impulses across the synapses. Dopamine, serotonin form the basis from information processing and communication within the brain. As a result, they underline all types of behavior, including sensation, perception, learning, and memory. In more controversial cases, antisocial behavior is also triggered from this. And here I just provide a couple of pictures that show a normal a psychopathic brain against a normal brain, so somebody who is more prone to being psychopathic. And then I have on the bottom picture, a stimulated brain versus a neglected brain. And this is basic. A stimulated brain is obviously, somebody who's more well put than somebody who's been, through a tough childhood or life and is more prone to committing a crime rather than a person who is less prone to committing a crime. And that's about it. Thank you. Bye.